Hey everyone, I am Jeff and this is Shannon.
Hello.
Boy, do we have a story to tell you. Something happened to us about 10 years ago here in Las Vegas that a lot of people have been asking us to share with other people, and we've decided to do that because what happened to us here, we do not want happening to you. See, when you go away on vacation, a lot of times you kind of let your guard down. You think everything is, wherever you're going, the hotel, that everything's going to be safe. You can't always believe it's going to be that way. So what actually, start off by, let's try to tell the people what actually happened. What did we do? We actually booked a hotel room here in Las Vegas. Where?
So it was about a block off the strip. We were here anyway on a little trip, and we were like, oh, let's stay a few more days. Why not? So our hotel stay where we currently were had ended, and we decided, and it was a weekend. And as everybody knows, prices go up pretty high here on the strip on the weekends. So we found this cute little boutique hotel just about a block off the strip.
Yeah.
Only if we knew then what we know now about hotels about a block off the strip.
Now, this was a boutique hotel, and when we showed up, looking back on it now, you could kind of see that some things were a little fishy. I mean, we were driving a car that had an out-of-state tag on it. That was problem number one, according to certain people. And then what actually happened is they took a while to check us in, and which was kind of awkward because we were there well after the check-in time. So we were waiting out in the car, and the people in there looking back on it now, you can see
Something was off.
Something was off.
You said that.
Right.
At one point, he said, and this is not like him, something more like what I would say, but he said, I don't know, something's not right here. Now, the little lobby, little staircase, it looked really cute. So I was being gullible, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
So we proceeded to check in, and they checked us into our room. And when we got into our room, we were missing an ice bucket and a remote control for the TV.
Flag number one.
Flag number one, looking back on it. Now, those are two things that they know that you're going to need in your room. So, again, looking back. So I went to the front desk, and I asked them about getting a remote for the TV and an ice bucket. And they turned around and said, okay, we'll send that down to you any minute with housekeeping. Well, went back to the room, we waited a couple hours. Yeah. I went back to the front desk and said, is that going to come? Are they going to bring that? And they said, oh, yeah. Now, at this point in time, things were they were just really suspicious up there to me. And they said, would you mind if, the house cleaning came in and dropped that stuff off? Well, housekeeping comes in your room all the time anyway. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, no problem. So I went back to the room, and then we're sitting there, and I'm like, listen, why don't we go outside onto the grounds, and we're going to take some pictures while we're waiting to get there.
Yeah, and actually, the grounds were really pretty cool. They had a really nice pool area. They had beautiful chairs everywhere, and it was really not a lot of people there, and it seemed pretty nice.
So then we went out. I don't know why we didn't take our cameras with us or anything. We just went out to look out.
The idea was to go out and take pictures, but for some reason we
didn't take cameras. So
walked out.
We wind up going back into the room, probably only about 15 minutes later. We sat down, we took a look around, and everything we owned was gone.
It was crazy too. It didn't register at first. So that's the funny part. We went in and it didn't register, and I went to get my phone, probably to go back out and take the pictures. And I looked, it wasn't where I left it. Oh, that's weird. Maybe I misplaced it. And I turn around and there's no computer. That was the big thing for me, is where's the computer? And then, where's your phone?
Yeah, so, so looking back on it now, you might be saying, well, and we were. It was completely an idiot thing to do. We should have locked that stuff up. We should never have You should never go to a hotel room anywhere, whether it's Las Vegas or anywhere, and not lock your valuables up. We just didn't do it, which was crazy. We were only outside the room for 10 minutes. So then we wound up calling security. The front desk was acting really weird about this whole thing. The security came.
And I'm pretty sure they were intoxicated.
Yes, at this point in time, we figured out that they were intoxicated. These are people working at the front desk. So then security shows up at the room. I need to call back home to have my credit cards and everything. So I had even said to the manager, who was, yes, intoxicated, I need to use this phone that's here. And she's like, well, that's going to cost you to use it. Really? I just lost everything I own, and you're going to, in your hotel, and you're going to charge me to use your phone.
Yeah, and by everything, guys, we mean everything. Medications, wallets, phones,
Everything.
all of our identification, money, everything. We were literally left with a few pieces of clothing. I think that's it.
So then the security guard let me use his phone. We called the police. I called back home. Everything started to be shut down by my parents back home, but they were already using my credit cards. Within the minutes, they were already using my credit card out on the strip. So the police came. The police pretty much told us, hey, look, this is just another robbery in Las Vegas. I mean, this goes on all the time. But he also asked the manager and the people in the hotel for the cameras. They didn't work, surprisingly. And then he wanted to know, well, where's the record of the last person that came into the hotel room? Of course, that wasn't working. And believe it or not, when we wound up leaving the hotel, they actually charged us for our stay there. And the only reason why, according to the police, that they did not take our car, because the car keys were left there, is because they would have caught them right away because of the Delaware tags. So this is something that can happen. Now, this was, just so you know, this particular place was shut down 6 months later for the same thing to an enormous amount of people. It was an inside job being done by the people that owned the hotel and ran the hotel. So just be aware where you go. Stay on the strip if you can. Honest to God, do not go off the strip.
There's no reason
There's
to
no
go
reason
off the
to.
strip. You're not really going to save.
You're not going to save that
either.
much money. And so, long story short on that, we pretty much were homeless for a week here in Las Vegas because no place would rent a hotel room to us without
We had
credit
no
cards.
identification.
We had
Also,
no identifications. The only thing we could do for an entire week was sleep in our car in different parking lots in different
which
hotels.
we found out quickly that also does not fly. So we got stopped pretty much every time and woken up by the police or someone in the hotel saying, move along. It was humiliating. It was horrible. One interesting note to add to this, again, this was 10 years ago. The Mirage was the only hotel that had a payphone. There was a point where I needed to alert my family too, and as he said, the hotel wouldn't even let us use their phone.
Hotels, like even hotels, they wouldn't even let you
Nobody would
call,
help.
collect anything.
So don't think anyone's really on your side when you become a victim. You're pretty much left on your own. I do think we went to a library once to use a computer to try to reach people and to try to figure out where maybe we could go. But we did find a payphone in the Mirage, and I was able to call my sister, who did wire us some money that helped us get through.
In the end of all of this, we learned a lot of lessons that you can't trust anybody. And I'm not going to mention any names of some of these big name hotels on the strip, but they've been robbed. People have been robbed in there too. People who are actually sleeping in their rooms in these big name hotels on the strip, their rooms were broken into and they were cleaned out while they were sleeping. Now, they might have been passed out. I mean, who knows, whatever. But the point is, these criminals got into their rooms, even in these high-end hotels, while they were sleeping. So you're not really safe anywhere. And we're not trying to say be paranoid all the time. What we are trying to say is take the precautions if you can. You may travel the rest of your life, never have a problem hopefully overseas. But we got some little things that we do that we think might help you. And it's just so that it doesn't happen. Go have a good time, but don't do crazy things like, I mean, it was foolish. I mean, it's almost embarrassing to say that we literally stepped out for 10 minutes. Don't ever leave your room with your valuables not in the safe, number one.
Look, when we're traveling, your guard comes down. You're having a good time. You're not really, you feel protected, you feel relatively safe, and you very well might be. But these criminals are opportunists, and they're watching you. Hence the reason why people might have been robbed. in their rooms as they slept.
They notice when people have had too much to drink. They watch people. This is their job.
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a few things that we bring with us every single time we travel. Just a few little things to just ensure your things are protected and that you're protected when you're in your room, at least. So this is a portable doorstop alarm. So it's simple. On the back is an on and off switch. It's obviously off right now because I don't want to test it out and, scare the neighbors. You can also change the sensitivity to high, medium, and low. Put it on high. So, yep, simple. Pop it under the door. This is my absolute favorite thing. This is a safe, believe it or not. And a lot of hotel rooms, most have safes, right? But some of them aren't big enough to store everything. We've had a couple hotels here on the Strip especially that had smaller safes, surprisingly, and I wish I would have had this then, especially if you're gonna store all of your electronics, for us, medications, all sorts of stuff. So this works great if you just need an extra safe, even better if you're in a roadside motel type thing, which we drove out here, so we were in quite a few of those. And they don't have safes, most of them. So this thing is gonna work great. You can fit so much in here, and here's the best part. Fill it up. We don't have much in this closet. This might work great over, like if you have maybe something like a suit or a jacket or something, but just for purposes here, I'll show you this way. So you can fit, so much stuff in here. I'll show you that in a minute. And then what you want to do is just hang a piece of clothing over it. See, doesn't have to be anything special. Hang it up. Somebody gets into your room. Remember, thieves are opportunistic. They are not going to be digging around for very long. They're going to grab and go. They're probably not going to think to go there. Okay. So I'm going to put a few things in here just to give you some perspective. Couple computers. In fact, let's hold it this way so you can kind of see in here. Couple computers, mic setup, even a big old pill box. Let's take a look here. See how much room you still have? Tons of room. This is by Rollaway. I got this on Amazon. They have a bunch of different varieties. This thing is so heavy duty and it's really thick too and strong. So if you're worried about it breaking or falling from the hanger, it's not going to. This thing is very sturdy, and this piece up here, everything is, it's as strong as the hanger you put it on, I suppose. So, hopefully you have some strong hangers in there. But yeah, Amazon, get one. Hey guys, leave in the comments below if you've ever been a victim of a crime while you're traveling. We'd love to hear your story. And thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.